Welcome to the center of it all. You know, last week we had a great event for you, the Susquehanna Valley Wine Tasting Trail. This week, we stick more in Center County, the tasting trail, and to talk about it, I'm here with Lucy Rogers out at Big Spring Distilleries in Bellefonte. Lucy, tell us a little about the tasting trail.
Well, the Central Pennsylvania Tasting Trail was sort of set up about a year and a half ago through the Visitors Bureau at Center County Visitors Bureau. They've kind of been our facilitator through this whole process, setting it up. And what the trail is it's similar to a wine trail in that there are a number of venues that you can visit when you come to the area, but it is different in that we have all kinds of craft beverages. So we've got 4 breweries, we have 2 distilleries, we have 2 cideries, and we have 3 wineries. So there's 11 venues on site that you can visit each one on the trail. And so we think it's just another reason to come to the area. And so it's just one more thing that Center County can say, hey, check us out, we're doing something kind of interesting. And the cool thing about it is that it's going to appeal to a broader audience. Instead of just, I don't like wine, you're dragging the husband along who doesn't really want to taste wine, or people are saying I'm mostly a beer drinker. This is a way for an entire group could, just kind of accommodate everybody's taste and do something different. I don't know that it exists anyplace else.
And you read my mind with that. Tell us about some of those venues, because you guys are on it. Happy Valley Brewery, In-State College is on it, Elk Creek, like something for everyone where everybody, you make a day of it, you could hit 3 or 4, everybody has something they appreciate.
Right, and I also think that some of the venues are more suited to eating, which is an important part of doing an event like this, where you have a chance to eat as you enjoy your cocktails or your beers or whatever. So you could set it up where you could see a couple places and then hit Happy Valley Brewery and have lunch, or you could hit Otto's. So I think that there's a nice way that you could do it over. You might not want to do it all in a day unless you had a designated driver, but you certainly could. I mean, geographically it's a little bit spread out, but you could pick the venues that are in Bellefonte and do Good Intent Cidery and Big Spring Spirits, and then hit Robin Hood Brewery, and that way you'd hit one of each, and you could even eat lunch at Robin Hood, and then hit State College, and then kind of do more outside State College, doing Mount Nittany and doing Elk Creek Cafe.
The tasting trail is here all year long.
That's right.
But this month, the month of April, something special going on with everybody.
Right, this is our second year doing what we're calling the Tasting Trail Ticket, and what that means is you can walk into any venue that's on the trail, any of the 11 venues, and purchase a ticket for $20. If you actually go to any of the venues on the trail with your ticket, you'll receive a free gift at each venue. So it could be a free tasting, it might be a souvenir glassware. Big Spring Spirits, we're giving out a slate coaster. And then if you get to manage to do the entire trail for the month of April, your ticket is entered into a raffle where we're doing a whole bunch of package prizes. So I know some of the prizes might be like a weekend with football tickets and a gift certificate for dinner. Or it might be a B&B in Bellefonte with a gift certificate to Blonde Bistro, and then a tour tasting and cocktails here. So they're grouped together to make them sort of fun entertainment packages that people will be excited to win.
Now, I know you said this is the second year that you've done it. How has business improved after an event like this, and how does it help you guys market yourselves to a wider audience?
That's a great question. It's one of those things that's sort of hard to measure, and I think we'll probably have a better idea after this year. But I think that we do see people who say, oh yeah, I came into town for the tasting trail, and we had a great time. And because the craft beverage, the nature of the business is that everybody's always making something new, trying something new. There's seasonal beverages, that there's always something different that wasn't here the last time they were here. So for people who did the tasting trail last year, we only had 6 or 7 spirits at the time. Now we have 12. So I do think that it's going to help bring people to the region. I think if one of us is successful and gets people here, we can sort of spread that success out throughout the trail.
Yeah, if one takes off, the whole bunch will take off. Exactly. From one place to another. What, I know you said you have more spirits on this year than last year. A lot of people will say, let's come up with a special drink for this event this month and let's try something new. What do you guys have that maybe you're going to push out there and say, hey, give this a try?
Well, we always feature a cocktail every month, but one of the things that we did design is what we call our trailhead. And it's specifically designed for the tasting trail. It's made with our vodka. We have a house-made amaretto type cordial that we make here in-house. And a little bit of orange juice, and you blend that together, and then you can choose for the trailhead if you want to do nuts, roots, or berries. So if you choose berries, we add cranberry. If you choose nuts, we add hazelnut. And if you choose roots, we do a little ginger, Tate Farm ginger shrub, which is another local product, which is, you know, what a lot of us are using. So it's kind of a nice way to incorporate that whole trail idea.
Yeah, it's definitely a great event. It's something I'm excited for. And you guys at home, you can't see my cameraman, Adam Wittenrich, standing behind the camera. He is all about this. He's the one that pointed it out to me in March. That's the reason why it's here on the Center of It All. We're definitely going to take part the whole month of April here at WHVL. Lucy, we're going to stick right here. We're going to take a little walk in the back. We're also going to roll an old story from when you guys actually first opened.
Right.
So you folks at home, stay with us. You're watching WHVL's The Center of It All. Welcome back to The Center of It All. We are still here at Big Spring Distillery in Bellefonte, now being joined by Kevin Lloyd, owner and production manager of the distillery. And Kevin, you guys opened about 18 months ago, and our own Sarah Lagerman was here for that. What do you say we take a trip down memory lane to see how much you guys have grown?
That'd be fantastic. I'd be happy to show you around.
All right, let's get it to it.
So as a micro distillery, we can sell whatever we make. So here we sell by the glass. We also distribute our products currently to about 40 restaurants and bars in Bellefonte and State College area.
Big Spring is a boutique distillery offering drinks, food, and entertainment in a comfortable yet elegant tasting room.
Every Friday night we have happy hour, so we have a live band, usually 6 to 8 o'clock. We do sell food, small plates, so locally grown products, meats, cheeses, and breads.
Appropriately named Big Spring, all the water used in the distilling process comes from a natural spring about 100 yards from the front door.
We use the water in two different ways. The first way is in the brewing process. And then finally, all of our products, our maximum alcohol content is 40%. So over at least 60% of the content of all of our products are water, and it all comes from the Big Spring. The Big Spring was voted this year as best tasting water in Pennsylvania by the PA Rural Water Association. So we're very fortunate to have the Big Spring just a stone's throw across the park from where we are right now.
The fresh water is what makes these spirits so special. But what is really special is the signature cocktails, and the most popular has a twist of something local.
Well, we call it the Coley or the Milesburg Mule. That's a fairly popular drink around the United States right now. It's vodka, ginger beer, and lime. We also put a twist on it for us. We partner with Tate Farm and use some of their ginger shrub in it as well, which we think makes our cocktail unique. Any opportunity that we can to use local products, we do, and that's just one example of it.
As you sit at the bar sipping your cocktail, you can watch the spirits being made through a window into the actual distillery. I went back to check out the production process.
We're on about a 1 week production cycle. We have 3 fermenters, 600-gallon fermenters. So in 1 week's time, we go through about 4,500 pounds of grain. Depends on what grain we use. We primarily use corn, wheat, and rye. In that week's time, we'll go through 4,500 pounds of grain, and that'll produce about 1,200 bottles of spirits. Right now, a lot of things we're doing, we're putting in barrels, and those will age for up to 2 years before we'll have aged product.
Big Spring is more than happy to show off their facility and committed to using local grains and flavors in their products.
Great job done by Sarah 18 months ago. Kevin, always fun to see how much a business has grown. We're standing in front of some great products right here, some of which were here back in August of 2014, but a lot of stuff that's new.
When we were here before, we only had one product actually, which was our vodka, which we still have. But since then, we've added 9 products, which we're pretty proud of, and we continue to expand our portfolio.
It's definitely a growing business. People in Center County, especially Bellefonte, very lucky to have an establishment like this. Kevin, you're going to show us around. We're going to go ahead in the back and get a little bit of a quick tour. Is that right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go to it. Kevin, first up on the tour, we are in the back of the bar room, which, by the way, as a patron, you could actually see from the bar through the glass. And Kevin, none of this was here when you guys first got going.
Not at all. When we started, we had 0 barrels filled. We were a brand new distillery, and 18 months on now, we have 141 barrels filled.
Now, you mentioned that there were no barrels when you guys first got going. You mentioned that there was only one product when you first got going. Obviously, a plethora of spirits now back here. Take us around a little bit and just tell us what we're looking at.
Well, this is our production area. Our equipment is the same from when we started. So we have a 600-gallon cooker, we have 3 600-gallon fermenters, a 300-gallon still, and then various holding and blending tanks. So the hardware itself is the same. The difference is the whiskey barrels that we have, the aged whiskey. And, you know, the other thing that has changed is our distribution. So we're in about 80 or so different restaurants and bars. We're in 10 PLCB stores, and I have some salespeople out in the field now too. So all of that has come along in terms of the evolution of our company.
What's been the customer's reaction? Obviously, you probably have regulars that from the very first day had the very first product, the very first food that came off the iron, and what's been their reaction to see how this place has grown?
The response has been tremendous. So our first interaction with Bellefonte was with the Borough Council itself when I came to introduce our idea, and everyone has been super helpful from the beginning until now. So the leadership of the community has embraced us, and now we just have repeat customers that come all the time. I have people say things like, this is something in our tasting room that you might see in Boston or New York City, and we happen to have it here in Bellefonte. So I believe we've really come up with a very loyal, enthusiastic customers.
Definitely a special place here in Bellefonte. Can't let you off the hook without actually saying what's your favorite product, whether it's a drink that you actually are indulging in or just one that you like to make.
Well, we got in this business to make whiskey, aged whiskey, and in the fall we will begin to release our whiskey. It'll be 2 years old, and so we of course taste the barrels all along to see how they're maturing and so on. My favorite product is whiskey. That's why I'm in the business. I'm looking forward to sharing our whiskeys and selling our whiskeys in the fall with all of our established customers.
Definitely want to share it. And hey, don't wait till the fall. Head out on the Center County Visitors Bureau Tasting Trail the whole month of April. Tickets are just $20. This is a great first stop. This is a great last stop. This is a great stop for the middle of the day as well. When we come back on the center of it all, it's time to head out to Mel's Kitchen.